y'all, today's video is really exciting. I had a lot of fun filming it. It's a DIY spa day gifts idea. Everybody really seemed to like it when I did my DIY spa day video. So I thought I'd show y'all some really easy and inexpensive DIY gift ideas that you can get for the holidays or just anytime really. You can change all of these things up and use different molds, or you can use different scents and different colors as well and just run with it and be as creative as you want to. That's why I really like DIY videos, because you can switch things up and make things different. And I just love that. I love being creative. That's why I'm here on YouTube, to be creative and make things. So that's what I'm doing here. I hope y'all are excited, and let's go ahead and get started. For this DIY, you're going to need Epsom salt, cornstarch, baking soda, citric acid, scented essential oils. I used peppermint. You also need food coloring and some kind of moisturizing oil. I used olive oil because it was the only one I could find at the time, but you could also substitute it for almond oil or coconut oil. First thing you want to do is combine all of your dry ingredients. You want to start off with 1 cup of baking soda, half a cup of your citric acid, half a cup of the cornstarch, and 3 tablespoons of your Epsom salts. Then you want to go ahead and mix together all your dry ingredients, making sure that there are no clumps. Now you want to combine all your wet ingredients in a separate bowl, starting off with 2 teaspoons of your moisturizing oil, 3/4 teaspoons of water, and the last thing you need is 15 to 20 drops of your scented essential oil. Now you can mix together all of your wet ingredients and add it to your dry ingredients. I do recommend using a whisk. This helps to ensure that you get most of the clumps out when you're combining the two. If you squeeze the mixture in your hand and it does not clump, that means that it is not moist enough. So go ahead and add a little bit of water and combine that with your whisk. Test the mixture again and you should be getting a similar product like shown in the video. It should clump like that. After you have it in the right consistency and it clumps correctly, go ahead and separate it into however many colors you plan on having. I only wanted red and pink, so I went ahead and took half the mixture and added a couple drops of my red dye and combined it with a whisk to help break up the dye. I do recommend using a whisk again because it helps break it up, but if you do want a crystallized candy looking effect to it, don't mix it too well. And I recommend doing this in shifts or patterns, like don't do it too much at once, because if you add too much coloring, you can't go back. Now it's time for the fun part, molding the bath bombs. I got my molds from Michael's, and for the first 2, I just went ahead and only put in the solid colors just to make sure I had 2 basics. When you're doing this in a silicone mold, I recommend not pushing too hard on it because you can kind of deform the mold and make it look funny. I think it's really fun to be as creative as you want to. Definitely layer them, make little patterns, do whatever you want and try to make these look as unique as possible. I had the most fun making layers, and then I even went ahead and tried making little balls and sticking them in there to kind of make a different kind of pattern. I think it turned out kind of cute, but y'all do whatever you want and just be as creative as you want. After you've filled all your molds, go ahead and let this sit overnight or let it sit for 24 hours. I recommended not playing with it. I messed with it too much and I screwed up a couple of my bath bombs, but if you let it sit overnight, it's perfect, and then you end up with these really cute bath bombs to give separately. You can give 1 or 2, however many you want. I think it's the perfect gift to give your friends. It gives them a nice relaxing evening without costing you too much. For this DIY, you need Epsom salt, baking soda, salt, scented essential oils. I used peppermint once again, and then you also need food coloring. Start off with 1 cup of your Epsom salt, half a cup of baking soda, half a cup of the salt, and I added about 10 drops of my scented essential oil. Combine all of these ingredients together and then go ahead and grab your dye and slowly add this to your mixture. I would recommend using a whisk once again, but mine went missing after making the bath bombs, so I used a spoon. You just want to go ahead and break up the dye as best as you can. There's going to be kind of a crackled candy look to it because it's really hard to mix up all of the dye, but just keep adding it until you get the look you want. For packaging, I used a smaller mason jar and just filled it up as much as I wanted to. I grabbed some baker string and tied a cute little bow on the front of it, and this is a perfect alternative to wrapping. For this DIY, you need sugar, coconut oil, scented essential oils. I use peppermint once again, kind of my theme, and then food coloring. To start, you need 1 whole cup of your sugar, a 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil, and 5 to 10 drops of your scented essential oil. Combine all your ingredients together with a spoon. If you want to, go ahead and separate your mixture before continuing to the next step if you want different colors. I just wanted one, so I went ahead and added my coloring to it. Once you're happy with the color, go ahead and grab whatever kind of container you want to store it in. I wanted to use a mason jar like I did before and fill that up. I went ahead and used some baking string again and tied a cute little bow, and I think this looks really cute paired with the previous one we did, and it's just a really great combo gift. I hope y'all enjoyed that video and found it helpful in some way. If you did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe if you like my videos. I do post new ones every Saturday at noon, so if you want to come back next Saturday, I will be here. So yeah, I think that's everything I want to say. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, y'all.